life lecture. Learn beyond class.
Some champions are made in a single moment. Others are forged over a lifetime of getting knocked down. This is the long road to redemption, the story of Alexander Zverev. The best player without a major. For nearly 10 years, Alexander carried a no athlete ever once, the best player never to win a Grand Slam. Born in Hamburg to a family of tennis coaches, he turned pro at 16 and cracked the world's top 10 before he was 21. Olympic gold, 2 ATP final crowns, word number 2, he had almost everything except the 4 trophies that truly define greatness. This is the story of how he kept getting back up. The battle no one should. But long before any final, Zverev was fighting a battle the cameras never showed. As a small child, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, a lifelong condition demanding insulin and constant monitoring every single day. Doctors told him plainly, "You'll never be an athlete." He refused to believe them, and for years he hid the diagnosis entirely, afraid of how the world would judge him until 2022 when he finally chose to speak. Prodigy in a hurry. The talent was never the question. He rose through the rankings at breathtaking speed. Power of the both wings, a thunderous serve, all packed into a 6'6" frame built for the modern game. In 2018, he beat Federer and Djokovic back-to-back to win the ATP Finals and did it again in 2021. He could beat the best indoors, but the majors would prove to be a different, cruel test. 4 finals, 3 heartbreaks, and so the heartbreaks began. The 2020 US Open, 2 sets up in the final, and somehow he let it slip to Dominic Thiem. The 2024 French Open, a 2-1 lead over Carlos Alcaraz, the trophy within reach gone in 5. The 2025 Australian Open swept aside in straight sets by Jannik Sinner. A pattern was forming. Leads surrendered, finals lost, and with every defeat, the same question grew louder. The lowest point. Then came the cruelest blow of all, the 2022 French Open semi-final in a commanding position against Rafael Nadal when his ankle rolled beneath him. The scream, the collapse onto the Paris clay. Carried off the sport in a wheelchair, sidelined by the 6 months, at the peak of his power, and everything stopped. The long climb back again, carrying the weight of expectation. But the deepest battle wasn't inside his body, it was in his mind. Every Grand Slam brought the same headlines, the same whispered doubts. Can he close out the big one? He came back. He rebuilt his ranking. He stayed among the world's elite. Yet that one missing trophy defined how the sports saw him. As he would later say, his team had been through injuries, heartbreak, and losses in the moments that mattered most. The struggle was never about talent, it was about belief. Paris 2026, one last chance. And then Paris 2026. The door swung open. Alcaraz withdrawn with injury, Sinner fallen early in a brutal heat wave, Djokovic gone before the second week. For the first time in his career, Alexander walked in as the overwhelming favorite. The path was clear. The only opponent left to beat was the weight of his own history. The breakthrough. In his 4th major final, across more than 4 hours on the Roland Garros clay, Alexander outlasted Fabio Cobolli in 5 sets, and when the final overhead sailed along, he dropped to his back, covered his face with his hands and wept. The first German man to win a Grand Slam singles title since Boris Becker 3 decades before. After everything, the breakthrough has finally came. What it proved? It came on his 125th Grand Slam match win. No player in history had won before claiming a first major. The label was gone forever. In his words, they would been through injuries, the heartbreak, the losses in the biggest moments. But at the end of the day, we are the Grand Slam champions now, and that's what's count. Redemption, 2 years after the every same title had slipped through his fingers. For years, Alexander Zverev's career was defined by what he couldn't win. Now at 29, it's defined by what he refused to give up on. The diagnosis, the injuries, the blown leads, the lost finals, all of it. The backdrop to one of the tennis great stories of perseverance. The struggle is over, the next chapter begins.